Hi, I'm back. I've been working on various pockets and tuck spots in these journals, and I forgot to turn my camera on. I was just busy sewing away. So I'm gonna pick up here. I think this is the last pocket I'll be doing today, but I'll show you what else I did. So this is a piece of a vintage tablecloth, and I thought that was perfect for a cookbook journal. And the digital kit that I'm using are pieces of ephemera, and it's called Dining, I think is the name of the kit from Old Design Shop. So I cut this vintage light blue rickrack, and I'm going to sew it across the top of this piece of tablecloth. Well, you got to move. Move. There we go. And I already have this cut to the right size, so I am going to use a straight stitch down the sides, even though I normally do zigzag on fabric, but I want to make the width of the pocket, the available space, more, so I can put a good size index card in there, or 2 or 3. So I'm going to use a straight stitch on the sides. I can zigzag it at the bottom. I guess that's good. I'll make sure I'm not sewing on the fold. So there we have that pocket, and let's see. This is an index card that was actually printed on the scrapbook paper, the Cartabella scrapbook paper. So I can put that in there, and this one with the writing on it. And I'll stick this one in there. Lots of room for writing recipes. Now I'll show you the other pockets that I did. This is probably the one we already did. Yep, that's the one we did. I'll stick these in now. I was waiting for them for the glue to dry. Then I did this, where I had some kitchen images, cooking images that I had already made with my Cricut. A long time ago, I was making little cookbook mini album, recipe mini albums, and I still had a lot of these Cricut things left over, and they were already cut and already glued together, so I'm using some of them. So these are 2 images together, a 1950s housewife and a casserole dish. This is just an image I tucked in there, and a mason jar that I stamped and cut out. And then here we have a rolling pin from my Cricut and the word stir. So that's a little belly band. And on this one, oh, sorry. This is the other book that has the tablecloth and several recipe cards. And on this side is an image from the Old Design Shop and a little piece of eyelet. Just a little tuck spot there. And so the 3 signatures from this journal have kind of the same pockets as are in that one. So I'll probably do something like this on the back of each signature. This is an image from the old design shop, but I'll probably find images from recipe books and things and just glue them on as a pocket in the back. I just want to put a little fabric tab here so that it doesn't get lost, stuck down in there. I might as well do that right now. Wonder if one of these little tabs that I made would work. I don't know if that's too big. I don't want this getting caught as it goes down into the pocket. I'll just make a tab. Look for some fabric scraps. This piece of gingham or calico is cute. That big. And I'll probably want to sew it pretty close to the edge so that the edge of the fabric doesn't get caught on the pocket. But I need something out on it. A little scrap of fabric here. This is from an old doll dress. There's some bias tape on it. This piece of tablecloth I let hang off. I didn't want to cut that border off, so I just let it hang off, and it's kind of like a tab. I like to have things hanging off. So I'm going to look for some more images. Like I said, this is from the old design shop, and I just glued it on. And I have another one that I'll use for the other book. But I need to find some recipe book images that I think would be good. So let me see what I can find. Well, I've got some other old design shop images that are big. And, oh yes, this is what I need to do. Oh, this too. Oh my goodness. Ideas everywhere. This is something I printed that I've had for a long time. I just found it on the internet. I'm going to make that into a pocket on the back of this one. And I will glue it. I think part of the problem with getting things to stick on these is that this paper is textured. I'm going to try the white glue and see if that holds faster. Make sure that's really good and dry before I try putting anything in that pocket. And then I have this recipe card I can put on here. It's double-sided. Looking for those old design shop images that I just found that were big. Oh, I brought them over here. So there's this one, which would be too small to put this in. So I will do that, even though I'm going to make that unusable. This won't fit in there unless I trim off some of the edges, which I might do. Or I could just put something else in there. Yeah, I think that'll fit in there. I want to back it with some coffee dyed paper. Too small. This was graph paper. You can barely see the lines on there, but I like the texture of it. It's thinner than the other paper, but I like the way it feels. It's thinner than the copy paper that I use. It's kind of a tight fit because the glue squished out, but it works. If I decide I don't like it there, I'll move it somewhere else. Put something else in the pocket. Oops. could trim a little bit more off of this side without cutting into the stitching. That makes a difference. Okay. I'm not sure if I'll leave this in here or not. If I do, I will rubber stamp on it, and ink it, do something to it, but there it is for now. Where does this go on? Oops. Sweater got caught on my sewing machine. Well, I don't really want to cover this up. I'm going to leave that. Then I have this image to put on here. I have to trim that a little bit too, but I can back that with copy dyed paper and put that inside that pocket. So getting pretty close to being done with these signatures. I'll have to do some rubber stamping. I have a lot of cooking stamps, but I want to make sure there's lots of room for you to put recipes in. You can glue recipes here on any of the pages that you can't write on, and you can write family recipes or whatever. Whatever you want to do, write about your memories of special foods in your family and whatever. They are good. You know, food, we live our lives around food. Our parties, our holidays, you know, our daily lives. So there's lots of memories involving food. So a cookbook junk journal is perfect for keeping memories in. So thanks for watching, and I will be back again probably tomorrow maybe. Bye.